The book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 10. For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that they speak no guile.
That is his tongue. Let him refrain his tongue from evil. Don't be saying wild stuff to each other. Brother, don't be cutting down your wife because she's not catching on the things as fast as you do. Guess what? You're going to have to repeat yourself. In marriage, you're going to have to tell your wife the same thing over and over and over and over and wait and over again. That's just how it goes. And yeah, sis, you're right. And guess what? And over. All praises. Hey, shalom, most high in Christ bless. I'm Officer Young with IUIC Baton Rouge, and today we have another class for y'all called Starvation in the Marriage. So the purpose of this class is for you to examine yourselves in your marriage. Not for you to point the finger, but to see, am I guilty of this? Am I doing this in the marriage? Am I the root cause of the issues in my household? So play that first video for me. We just started not teaching. Let's not do this. I gave y'all buku time. It's happening already.
We're in love, right? When you love somebody, what will you do for them? What? If they say,
I don't know why this eating might look so familiar. Started over.
Nothing. I have no money. Who cares? When you're in love, what's wrong with life? Nothing. I have no money. Who cares? We're in love, right? When you love somebody, what will you do for them? What? If they say to you, would you take out the trash? You go, take out the trash. What else can I do for you? But after 7 days or 7 years or 70 years, somewhere between 7 hours and 70 years, people suddenly make a change. And they go, could you take out the trash? You go, what do I look like? You're janitor. We used to have so much passion. I don't know what happened. I'll give you a clue. If you're coming to the end of the relationship, treat that person like it was the beginning of the relationship and you won't find the end. Because in the beginning of the relationship, you brought an energy, didn't you? You brought a state, you brought a certain emotion. It wasn't about you. How many of you in the beginning of the relationship excited you to light them up, to make them feel happy, made you happy? Make some noise if that's true. But after a while, you get in a state of, what are they giving me? When you start measuring, it's no longer love. Now it's a transaction. When you're in love, what's wrong with life?
All right. So that's what happens. Over a period of time, your spouse become not a partner, but a roommate. You just go through the motions and things kind of just, it is what it is. You go to work, come home, you go your way, she go her way, and y'all just separate. You're present, but you're absent at the same time. And I'm guilty of this myself. So that's the purpose of this class, was to cut myself, because I go to work, I'm dealing with things all day, and I'm like, bro, come on, I just want to chill. So I have to cut myself as well. All right? So the purpose of this class is to help you examine yourself individually in the marriage. Like the man said, Edomite said in there, he said something very important. Treat your spouse how you treated them in the beginning, and there'll never be an end to your relationship. What that mean, Tim? Anything I would call on you, huh? Uh-huh. Got his ass. Caught him slacking.
Shalom, leadership, most high Christ bless.
Most high Christ bless.
So that means that, you know what I'm saying, the same fire that you had in the beginning of your marriage, make sure you keep that same thing throughout your entire marriage, and it will never go to spoil.
That's right. Very good. So you got to think about it. All the things that you went through to get that man or to get that woman, don't stop doing it after you get them, because that's what they're expecting. You got them now. You know how to set the tone, the nerve of you to slack off. You got to keep that in mind. So give me 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 13. All right. 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 13. And we'll read 13 and 14. Come on, 7 seconds.
Second Ezra chapter 14, verse 13. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature.
So set your house in order. Get your marriage aligned. All right, so guess what? Things happen, and this class is for those of you that want to prove as well. So guess what? You know what to look for. Get your house together. All right? So the definition of starvation, because once again, the class is called Starvation in the Marriage. Definition of starvation is suffering or death caused by hunger. So what happens is you are not teaching your spouse. You're not teaching your spouse. Now, you can't just sit your wife in front of YouTube. You can't do that. Teach them, physically teach them, right? So suffering, right? A state of ongoing pain, distress, or hardship. So whenever you're not teaching your spouse, they're going through a spiritual hardship, a spiritual distress. And it's a consistent thing. The world is beating them down. The kids are getting on their damn nerve. And all these things are transpiring, and you're not building them up spiritually. So what happens over time, she becomes irritable. You're already irritable. So now y'all bumping heads in the house. Give me Matthew 4:4. So we have to keep this in mind. Have to keep this in mind. The book of Matthew, chapter 4 and verse 4.
The book of Matthew, chapter 4, verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God.
So Christ told us right here, man should not live by bread alone, but every word of God. Every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. This Bible. So you have to be consistently feeding your spirit. Sisters, don't wait for your husband to sit you down and read the Bible. Be self-motivated. Have the spirit, have the ability to examine yourself and be like, you know what? I ain't read my 4 chapters. Let me meditate on this. I've been very irritable lately. The kids been getting on my nerve. Let me meditate on the scriptures about patience, anger, soft answer. You know what I'm saying? So all these things is going to benefit you in the long run. Is going to benefit your marriage. Why I say that? Give me Ecclesiastes 11 and 8. Ecclesiastes 11, chapter 11 and the 8th verse. So you have to keep this in mind. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 8. But if a man live many years and rejoice in them all, yet let him remember the days of darkness, for they shall be many. All that cometh is vanity.
Understand this. There will be problems in your marriage. All right. If a man live many years and rejoice in them all, yet let him remember the days of darkness, for they shall be many. And guess what? All the arguing and all that stuff is vanity. It may be a big deal now, but eventually it's going to be nothing. All right. It's going to be nothing. The small things to a bigger goal. Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 28. Okay. Because guess what? Arguing is inevitable in a marriage. It's going to happen. Now, sometimes some couples don't argue as much as others. And you can't base your marriage based off somebody else's marriage, because y'all not the same people. Y'all don't have the same struggles. Okay? Not the same spirits. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 28. But if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she had not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you.
The Bible already told you, there shall be, nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh. The Bible already told you, you have issues. Y'all go argue about dumb stuff. Y'all go argue about the dog, 3 o'clock in the morning, the cat, 3 o'clock in the morning. Y'all go fuss about diapers. Y'all go fuss about brothers. You go fuss at your wife about her not putting gas in the car. She got 10 miles to E and a 40-mile destination. You looking at her like, why the hell would you pass up 5 gas stations? I don't know. Like, damn, what? But there's trouble in the flesh. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Story time. We leave in New Orleans. My wife takes the wrong exit. She passed by me. I got Officer Jonah with me. She rolls down her window and screams out, I need gas. I'm like, when you leave gas, we just left New Orleans. Drive off. Wrong exit. We drive damn near the Mississippi. No gas station. 3 o'clock in the morning. I stop her. I said, man, let me see your gas tank. She right under half. I'm almost on E following behind her ass. So it happens, bro. It happens. You can't get upset. You can be upset at the moment. But understand these things happen. Now it is a joke between me and my wife, Officer Jonah, who was there. It's funny now. But the Bible already told us, nevertheless, such shall have troubles in the flesh, but I spare you. Right? So the main reason what most marriages suffer from is due to underdeveloped relationships. And that's what happens. You don't sit down, you don't ask those meaningful questions. You don't dive down into the psyche of your spouse to see how he or she is. Okay? So, and that's what causes a lot of the issues. For example, lack of intimacy, all right, / patience. That's one of them, right? So there are 2 definitions for intimacy. Most people are only aware of the first. That's getting it in, all right? We're not talking about that intimacy, all right? You have things together emotionally. You have a good relationship. That aspect will happen, all right? So we're not talking about that part. You know, it is one of the best parts of marriage. We're talking about closeness. Closeness is another definition of intimacy. Closeness is very important and will lead often to the first definition, right? So the quality of intimacy and affection. What do I mean by quality? Meaningful outings and conversation. So whenever you go out with your spouse, with your wife, you have conversations with them. Don't talk about work. Don't talk about no offices. Don't talk about the kids. Just you and her. Y'all have a meaningful conversation. Ask what's going on. How you doing? That is an opportunity to unwind psychologically. Sisters, you open up. Don't be like that crying and crying over the food. Don't ruin the damn night. Don't ruin the night. Just use the opportunity to learn each other more, to appreciate each other more. That's meaningful conversations and a meaningful outing. It's a night. They call it a night to remember. All right? That's what they call it, a night to remember. All right? You brothers need to have, all brothers got to have game. The same game you shake. Yeah, you shaking your head. You know what I'm saying? You need it. You know what I'm saying? The same game you use to get her, you got to keep it going. Don't get married and get whacked. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it sharp. Send her flowers. And no brothers made fun of me. I got my wife flowers for Tabernacles. Brother like, oh, the hell with y'all. This is my marriage. I don't give a damn. Woo! So what happens over time, brothers and sisters get comfortable, and then they go through the motions of marriage, and that's when you become partners, roommates. You become roommates, and these things happen. You become roommates because you don't have conversations, meaningful conversations. She's swamped by the kids. You're swamped with the works in the office. You can't turn your job off. You go home, you still talking about your job. For what? You didn't clocked off. You didn't drove 20, 30 minutes away from your job. Why are you still talking about it? Pick it up tomorrow morning whenever you clock back on. Leave it there. All right? So how do you get meaningful conversations? How do you get that quality, right? So give me Ecclesiastes 11 and 8. Matter of fact, we read that already. Yeah. Just read it again.
Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
But if a man live many years and rejoice in them all, yet let him remember the days of darkness, for they should be many. All that cometh is vanity.
So remember the days of darkness, for there should be many. So we got hard times coming up. We got hardships coming up. Affliction. There's no need to be afflicted by the nations and afflicted by your spouse. Learn how to deal with each other. Learn how to love each other. Learn how to converse properly without cutting each other down, belittling each other, saying hurtful things to each other. Learn how to spend time with each other. Because guess what? In the end, it's all vanity. Everything going up in smoke. Poof. Learn that. All right. Remember where you come from and how you are better off. Remember where you come from and how you're better off than you was. Don't focus on what you don't have, but focus on what the Lord bless you with. Because what happens is bills is one of the main causes for stress in a relationship. Y'all fuss over things not getting paid. This ain't done. That ain't done. She's stressing. She eyeballing you like, what you gonna do? And he looking at her like, man, mind your damn business. So now here we are. There's a wedge formed between you two. You're letting the bills get to you. It's lack of faith. If you know, if the Lord provides food for the animals, shelter, all these other things, he'll take care of those that's keeping the commandments. It's lack of faith at the end of the day. All right. Read Ecclesiastes 11:9.
Verse 9. Rejoice, O young man, in thy youth, and let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth, and walk in the ways of thine heart, and in the sight of thine eyes. But know thou that for all these things, God will bring thee into judgment.
So you got to keep that in mind. It says, let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your time here. Stop being a hermit crab, a homebody. Use your legs, go outside, and enjoy life. The world is bigger than Louisiana. It's bigger than Texas. It's bigger than the South. What them kids say nowadays, touch grass? Get your ass out the house. Go do something with yourself. You and your spouse go somewhere. You ain't never seen a waterfall before? I know I haven't. That's one of the things I want to see. I want to see a waterfall. Go somewhere. It's more than fishing. Cut. Yeah, I'm looking at you, brother. All right. Remember to cast your cares upon the Lord, not on your bills. Right? Even 1 Peter 5:7. 1 Peter 5:7. Take your children somewhere, because I promise you, the memories that you make, those meaningful conversations, those meaningful outings, these kids will remember that. They're going to grow up and like, dang, you know what? Hey, remember whenever we was 10, daddy and mama had brought us here? Oh, I remember that. Man, that was fun. So whenever you're gone, your kids are going to still remember that memory. And that's what you want. That's strengthening their memory, their bond, and it's going to strengthen your spouse. Read.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you.
You got to keep that in mind. Cast your cares upon him. Don't allow the bills and the stress of whatever it may be to come between you and your husband or you and your wife. Let that go. You working, you know he gonna get paid. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Give me Psalms 34:9. It's gonna happen, man. What happens is we get weary, we get nervous, our faith get weak. Now somebody gotta catch the blame. Sisters, y'all blame your husband. Matter of fact, hey, Steph, did I send that to you? The Willie Lynch letter? Post that. Show that real quick. Because understand the arguments that we have now was designed from the beginning. It's part of the Willie Lynch letter, right? It's part of the curses. We go through these things. The husband and wife not seeing eye to eye, that's by design. What y'all fussing for? What y'all arguing for? You're on the same team. You got it? Let me get that, please. Who will read that for me?
The William Lynch, The Untold Story, 1712.
Use those expensive glasses. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Don't forget, you must pitch the old black male versus the young black male, and the young black male against the old black male.
Stop. Right here. I can't tell you how many times I've seen young men refuse solid counsel from older men that's been married for years. Just don't want to listen. That's where that comes from. Read.
You must use the dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves.
Mm-hmm.
And the light-skinned slaves versus the dark-skinned slaves.
Are we seeing that in the early, I want to say the early 80s or late 80s, early 90s? That was a big thing. The 80s and 90s, that was a big thing. Go ahead.
You must use the female versus the male.
Mm-hmm.
And the male versus the female.
This is marriage. This is marriage. The female versus the male, she always complaining, always fussing. And the male versus the female, vice versa. They fussing about craziness. Read.
You must also have your white servants and overseers distrust all blacks. But it is necessary your slaves trust and depend on us. They must love, respect, and trust only us.
And this is why our black people, our black couples, trust in these worldly white marriage counselors. And man, look, I can't tell you how many times I've seen divorce court on YouTube just go sour. All right, that's it. Give me Psalms 34:9. Did you read that already?
No, sir.
Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
O fear the Lord, yea, his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him.
So there's no want to them that fear him. So I said earlier, trust in the Lord. Don't worry about if these bills is going to get paid or not. Have faith. Don't worry about if things are going to work out. If you're keeping these commandments, just stay solid. That's all you got to do. Stay solid. Keep going. Verse 10.
Verse 10. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing.
There it is. They that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. If you seeking the Lord, you'll be all right. But here's the thing. When you are not applying scriptures, you're not actively reading, husband or wife, if y'all both are not actively reading, all of a sudden, calamity takes place in your household. Because read that verse again.
The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing.
But they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. If you and your spouse are not reading, are you seeking the Lord? No. So understand, calamity is on its way. If you have faith, then he got you. Job chapter 1, verse 7. Because understand, whenever you're married, trials and tribulations is on the way. Trials and tribulations is on the way. Do not allow outside sources, unrepented outside sources, to influence your marriage. What happens is, sisters, your mom, your unrepentant mother, she wants to give you marriage advice. She's single. Men, your father, they want to give you marriage advice. He worldly as hell. He cheating on you. He cheating on his wife. He been married 5 times. Man, don't you listen to that Negro. You gonna be divorced just like him. I ain't say divorcing is true, but you gonna put yourself in a bad situation. Read.
The book of Job, chapter 1, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil?
So the more and you push and strive in this truth, understand Satan is there to try you. He's going to try you through your children. He's going to try you through your spouse. You have to make sure you stay solid in the truth. Stay solid in the spirit. Don't get weary. Just keep going. Understand Satan can jump on your spouse. You have to be spiritual enough to understand that's Satan. That's not you. That's Satan. Because my wife, she don't even act like that. She don't even talk like that. So what happens is, especially if you get raised up in the truth, you get promoted, what happens is Satan is going to try you from a different angle. If Satan can't try you from your wife, he will try you through your children. If not your children, parents, siblings, your job. Oh, he around the corner. He in the bushes with it. He in the bushes with it. Read Job 2:9.
The book of Job, chapter 2, verse 9.
Because remember, Satan will come for your wife. Sisters, it's why it's so important that you stay in the spirit. And these kids can try you. They try your patience. You have to make sure that you yourself are constantly in the spirit. Because when your kids try your patience, they're wearing down that meter, and you can't respond to them or lash out at them how you would an adult. So you bottle that stuff in. And the first time your husband tell you something, you barking at him like a little chihuahua. And he looking at you like, oh, hell no, you got to get the hell away from me. Now all of a sudden, hey, I'll be right back. Go and put gas. That boy, 206 miles till E. That boy don't need no gas. He's just trying to get the hell away from you. Read Job 2:9.
Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse God and die.
And understand, this is Job's wife. Job's wife told him, you will still maintain your integrity? Man, curse God and die. Just get it over with. Just get it over with. Now, is that the actions of a righteous woman? Absolutely not. Because guess what? How can she free herself from marriage? Through death. You think she didn't know that? Of course. She got tired of going through the affliction. She got weary. She looking for an easy way out. Because remember, Job came from money. Money, lost the kids. That financial security, that was gone for her. Curse God and die. Free me, nigga, free me. Nah. This is an example of a righteous correction. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God? And shall we not receive evil?
Job told her, shut the hell up. I'm telling you. It says, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. Meaning she knew better. Job told her, shut the hell up. The hell you talking about? What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God, and shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. Because understand, they're going to, when it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, it get bad. Watch this. I didn't have this down. Go to Sirach chapter 6. We have to make sure that we don't fall in this category. Sirach chapter 6 and Sirach 6 and 10.
The book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
Don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened is when it's not beneficial for you, are you still going to stay in the spirit? When your husband is striving for the truth, he's striving to be a leader. Now, all of a sudden, that high paying job he got that make him work on the Sabbath, he like, you know what? I can't do that. His faith get built up to a point, he like, nah, I can't do that. I'm going to take a lesser paying job. So now the lifestyle that you used to work, that you're used to having, you can't have that lifestyle no more. So were you only a submissive wife when the finances was good? How you going to be now? Only time will tell, right? Give me Sirach chapter 37 and verse 4.
The book of Sirach, chapter 37, verse 4. There is a companion which rejoiceth in the prosperity of a friend, but in the time of trouble will be against him.
The moment he take a lesser paying job, man, you all over his neck. You giving that man a hard time. Why we can't do this? Why we can't travel on this? Blah, 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 blah. Why I can't have this now? And he letting you know, well, be according to X, Y, and Z, this scripture, that scripture, look, I can't work on the Sabbath. Look, I'm trying to build my people up, X, Y, and Z. Nah, I don't want to hear that crap, blah, 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 blah. Then that's when you got hit with that. Give me Job 2 and 10 again.
The book of Job, chapter 2, verse 10. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God? And shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips.
That's when you got to tell her, shut the hell up. Go have a seat and go count something. You got to. Sisters, you can't get upset behind that. Remember, Sirach 2 and 5. Read that real quick. Because the biggest strain, the biggest worry that's on sisters' minds is financial security. A woman feels less secure when the finances are challenged. Now you start to feel like that man is an inadequate leader because the finances aren't the same anymore. Read that.
In the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
So the Bible is written in masculine form. So it says, for gold is tried in the fire. So sisters, I mean you as well. You've been tried. Read.
Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail.
So that's the thing. We have to learn how to believe in him. Believe in the Lord and believe him, and your reward shall not fail. So why am I bringing this up pertaining to marriage? Makai? See, I think I wasn't watching. I'm always paying attention.
You say, why did you bring this up about the water?
Why am I bringing up Sirach chapter 2, verses 5 to 8?
Because in marriage, we tend to be faced with different temptations that distract us from doing the things and dealing with the marriage in the way in which we should.
Okay, that's close. Give it a 10.
So right here it say, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward should not fail. So going back into what you were saying about faith, you know what I'm saying? Because we lack that faith, whenever those hard times come, you know what I'm saying? We start to worry on that instead of casting our cares upon the Lord.
That's right. That's right. So he was right as well, Micaiah. So don't worry about the things that come, for the things that's out of our control. Excuse me. Don't worry about things to come or the things that's out of our control. This can cause you to be rash in your speech and destroy your marriage. So that's why I went to Sirach 2, because whenever you focus on the unknown, these other things, we tend to get irritable because we stress over the things that we can't see, right? So give me Ecclesiastes 5 and 2. So when things not going well, that's why it's so important that we read the scriptures, we study, so that way we will have a stronger spirit pertaining to self-examination. You'll know whenever you're out the spirit. Read that.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 2. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God. For God is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore, let thy words be few.
So guess what? Brothers, when you come home, don't be rash with your wife. You irritable. Control yourself. Sisters, control yourself. The moment he says something that you don't like, don't fly off the handle. Read verse 6.
Verse 6. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin.
See, suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin. Read.
Neither say thou before the angel that it was an error.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to say that. Read.
Wherefore should God be angry at thy voice and destroy the works of thine hands?
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. It's one thing to slip in your speech. I heard that Lafayette come out of me. That it was one thing. I work on that. It's one thing to slip in your speech, but it's another thing to say something to be hurtful. You're trying to be hurtful and be like, well, I didn't mean to say that. No. Yes, you did. Remember, that man is a God on this earth. He's Christ in your household. Be mindful how you deal with him. You can't deal with him like he's just a nigga. And men, you gotta be careful how you deal with your wife. Remember, she's a daughter of Sarah. She is still a child of God. She is still God's daughter. You can't deal with her any kind of way. Sisters calling their husband bands, I know what that means. That's not the move. Remember, the tongue has power to destroy or bring life. The stress you go through can make you toxic towards your spouse and hard to deal with. Right? So click that video for me.
Here are 11 signs that she's a liability, not an asset. Pay attention. Let's get into it. Number 1, she's highly attention seeking and is constantly in need of validation and approval from others. Number 2, does not take accountability for her actions.
Stop. So she can't take accountability. Give me 2 Corinthians 13:5. So whenever you're not reading, you're not feeding your spirit, you can't see yourself. You can't see where you're messing up at. It's never your fault. Look what you said to me. Look what you said to me. You go crazy. You about to dive out the damn window. Control yourself, sister. Read that.
2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves.
So it says, examine yourself whether you be in the faith. I got a little saying I like called be spiritual in the moment. Are you aware of yourself right then and there? In the heat of the argument, are you aware of yourself? Or are you just, is that spiritual you on the sideline like, I'm going to tag in later? Finish it out.
Know ye not your own selves?
You know what's going through your mind. You know exactly what you got going on. Read that.
How that Jesus Christ is in you, except ye be reprobates.
Right. All right. Go back to the video.
Number 2, does not take accountability for her actions. Number 3, difficulty managing her emotions in a healthy way.
Pause. Oh, Lord. Cannot control herself. Can't control her speech. I know, Sister Eleanor. I know. So sisters just be saying wild stuff. F you, B-A-N, like man, and blah, 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 blah. What you said? You can't control your emotions. You are an emotional wreck. Men, you can be an emotional wreck. You can be strong ass women. It's a fact. Men that was raised by their mother are very emotional. Whether it be anger is emotional. Anger is emotional. The only thing you are is a strong ass woman. The slightest little thing, because you can't verbally express where you at. Come on, you ready to throw them hands? You want to throw hands? What you said? Shit, well, that's the hell I thought you said. Now you're ready to dive off the counter. You ready to kill everybody in a 30-mile radius because you can't control yourself. You are an emotional wreck. Go back to the video.
Mildly disrespectful when she's upset. It feels like you have to walk on.
What she said? You're highly disrespectful. Highly disrespectful. You have to control yourself. Reading, staying in the scriptures helps you to maintain yourself. Helps you to control yourself. Because you'll flash out. You'll grab a bottle and bust it over the table. What? Come on, nigga. Come on. Hey, give me Harlem Nights, Della Reese. Della Reese. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, nigga. For my favorite movies. What's up? What you got? You got a question? All praises. Come on. I don't mind answering questions.
So like going back into what you were saying about
Barack,
about
slide your head out the way.
What you were saying about the speech, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Does that correlate with Matthew 12 and 34, where it talks about out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh?
Yes, because what happens is you have a grudge, you have a root of bitterness because something took place, and it was never spoke about, and the inner issue was never resolved. So in the middle of a conversation, you bring up stuff that happened 6 months ago. You're looking like, what the hell are you talking about? Nah, you remember? No, no, I don't. You don't never pay attention. Oh, sis, your ass crazy. So it's why it's so important when scripture say, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. Resolve these things. Don't go to sleep mad. I'll say, you got, oh my goodness, come on. Hey, fun fact, Della Reese looked just like my grandmother. Oh, my favorite movie.
Oh, come on, Vera. Don't you want to talk about
Oh,
it?
I ain't got
Vera.
nothing to say. You done insulted me, and I got to kick your ass right now. And afterwards, I don't want no hard feelings either.
Oh, Lord. Straight right.
What the f wrong with you?
Excuse the
Ain't
language.
nothing wrong with me. What's wrong with you? You done accused me of stealing. The only thing I'm stealing out here today is your face.
All right. Wait, hold on. Hey, play real quick. This is my favorite part.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
All right, pause. Hey, that woman looks just like my grandmother. My grandmother, that's funny. I was saying, but sisters be like that. Sisters like confrontation. Some sisters come from that era to where they want to put hands on you. They want to put hands on you, and you hit them back. Oh, come on, sucker. That's what I'm talking about. Don't do that. Don't do that. Some of y'all are like that. Keep your hands to yourself. Your ass is going to jail. I'm going to tell you right now. Keep your hands to yourself. Israel United in Christ do not condone violence, physical abuse. We don't condone that. All right. If you have a spouse a man or a woman that's putting their hands on you, call the cops. Call the damn cops. All right. And go back to that video with that sister.
It feels like you have to walk on eggshells to communicate with her. Number 4, material.
So it feels like you have to walk on eggshells to communicate, not just with her or him. Walking on eggshells, all of these are forms of a toxic spirit. All right? You don't want to be like that. So don't allow that to happen. Hit play.
Realistic. Number 5, does not respect boundaries. Number 6, poor character, lacks integrity. Number 7, needy and extremely jealous.
So integrity goes into honesty. Lack of honesty. Integrity is honesty. Come on, hit play.
Number 8, insecure.
Go back.
Constantly
Something about needy.
character, lacks integrity. Number 7, needy and extremely jealous.
Stop.
Number 8.
Let that, if a brother's going to camp, let him go to camp. Flyer mission, let him go on a flyer mission. Stop. That man got work to do. That is a form of a toxic spirit. Stop it. That's that motherly spirit. You're trying to mother him. Stop it. That man is a prophet of the Lord. Go ahead, hit play.
Great. Insecure. Constantly tearing down other women because she's threatened and feels that she's in competition with everyone. Number 9, controlling. Number 10, does not maintain a certain level of privacy. The type to let the world know when y'all are at odds. Number 11, selfish and
let the world know you can't control your mouth. Instead of resolving matters inside closed doors, everybody got to know your damn problem. Everybody got to know. Control yourself, man. That's that toxic spirit. Don't let that be you. And this is for men and women. Because brothers do the same thing. Those emotional, grown-ass men, they run and tell everybody what's going on. Cut it out. Come on, hit plays almost finished.
And I'm willing to compromise. Thinks relationships are only about her getting her needs met and no one else. Here are
All right.
11.
The world is bigger than you, sister. The world is bigger than you. Ecclesiasticus 28:17. The world is bigger than you. We have to keep that in mind.
In the book of Sirach, chapter 28, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
The stroke of the whip maketh marks in the flesh, but the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bones.
Go ahead.
Many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue.
So I think about it. You fussing. Women can say the most hurtful stuff during the argument. I'm talking about you been confiding in her brother, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all been married for 20, 30 years, and the moment you make her mad, she go pull that mug deep down out of the safe, put it on the table. See, nigga, that's why you got this going on. You're like, and you're like, yeah. Then when it's all said and done, well, yeah, I'm sorry. She go cry. I didn't mean to say that. And yeah, she did. Cut it out. You since back there, like, yeah. She meant. I'm not saying you. See, I ain't say you do it. You know somebody like that? See, it happens. So it happens, right? So the tongue speech is a very powerful thing. It has the ability to destroy or build someone's future. So if you're constantly tearing down your spouse, you are destroying their spirit. There's a difference between constructive criticism and just you tearing them down. There's a big difference. If you're correcting someone, if you're getting corrected, sister, take your correction. Don't stand there and go toe to toe with them. Well, you battle this. How about you sit the hell down and chill out? Take your correction, go sit down, go cry in a corner, wash your face, come back. You know what? That's something I got to work on. Self-examination. Give me 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. Remember, we have to be spiritual enough to catch ourselves.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 10. For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that they speak no guile.
That is his tongue. Let him refrain his tongue from evil. Don't be saying wild stuff to each other. Brother, don't be cutting down your wife because she's not catching on the things as fast as you do. Guess what? You're going to have to repeat yourself. In marriage, you're going to have to tell your wife the same thing over and over and over and over and wait and over again. That's just how it go. And yeah, sis, you're right. Guess what? And over. Because remember, Israel, we went through 7 captivities. How many times we had to be reminded to keep the commandments? The wife is a weaker vessel. So guess what? You can't expect her to catch certain things as fast as you do, brother. Be patient. Be patient with her. Give me Sirach 28 real quick. Sirach chapter 28. Right? Give me verse Sirach 28 and 2.
The book of Sirach, chapter 28.
Matter of fact, I'm sorry, verse 4.
Verse 4. He showeth no mercy to a man, which is like himself. And though he asks forgiveness of his own sin.
How you going to ask the Lord for mercy, but you can't have mercy with your wife? Be patient with her. And this is cut to myself. Because guess what? Sometimes we get impatient as men because we have so much going on. We're like, hey, do this. And just expect her to get militant, like, all right, all praise, yes, sir. and go straight to it? Hell nah. Because what happens, you get so used to giving orders to men, telling men to do something. When you give an order or you guide your wife to do something, you can't expect her just to hop to it. Yes, sir. And run straight to it. That's not how that works. He laughing, bro, but it happens. It happens. Brothers be expecting their wife just to jump straight to it. Nah, women not built like that. Unless they went to the military, then they're like, all right, cool. Their mind has been programmed to run and move like that. But the average sister, nah, she ain't built like that. Her mindset not like that. So give me verse 11.
Verse 11. And hasty contention kindleth a fire.
First Peter 3:11. What you was reading?
Sirach 28.
Oh, my bad. Give me 1 Peter 3:10.
Yes, sir.
I thought you read that. I'm tripping.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that they speak no guile.
Read.
Let him eschew evil and do good. Let him seek peace and ensue it.
Seek peace in your household. Sister, seek peace in your household. That's what we all should do. Seek peace. Remember, sister, you are a pillar of rest. And you're a pillar of rest for him. So when he come home, he should be able to come home and be like, man, all praises. The house taken care of. You got the kids in order. You know what? Now, guess what? Guess what, brother? Will that be every day? Maybe not. Sister, I see you back there shaking your head like, hell nah. Maybe not. But guess what? It is what it is. That's your household. Do without will with that. You know what I'm saying? But understand, everybody is entitled to a shortcoming, including you. So that means you won't always be in the spirit. All right? So give me 2 Corinthians 13:5. So you have to be at a place spiritually to understand, you know what, we're going to make mistakes. But in order to be at that point, you have to make sure that you're feeding your spirit. To strengthen that bond with your wife, you got to be able to sit down with her and read with her. Sisters, you gotta want that. Go to your husband. Hey, my Lord, can we read together? Can we do X, Y, and Z? Because if he's real busy, he never know. He may not be that type of brother to where he sit you down and, hey, babe, go grab your Bible. We're about to do X, Y, and Z. He may not be that type of brother. He might be the type of brother he's doing his own thing and, hey, you read this chapter, read this, read X, Y, and Z, and come back and tell me what you read. That might be him. I'm saying you tell him what you read, y'all go over it. That might be him. Every household is different. Seek him out. Go to him. And my Lord, can we go over something? He will tell you yes or no. It is what it is. Read that.
2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Jesus Christ is in you, except ye be reprobates.
Read verse 6.
Verse 6. But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates.
So we in this truth. Examine yourself. All right? Examining yourself will create peace in your home. If you learn how to be spiritual in the moment, you're going to create peace in your household. You're like, you know what? I shouldn't have said that. Before I respond, let me do X, Y, and Z. Don't have that mindset to where you think out loud. It's like you're picking. This is what some people do. They pick. This is more sisters than brothers. They'll be like, well, I ain't going to respond. X, Y. They say antagonizing things out loud to bait them in so they can go ahead and argue. See, I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to say nothing. But I remember last time. Now you thinking out loud. You baiting this man in for an argument. Man, let it ride. Let it go. What you say, Mike? The rage baiting. They looking for a reason to flash out. How many youngsters say I'm about to crash out? I'm about to crash out. Brother, if she cooked, don't eat nothing right away. Let her taste it first. Let her taste it first. Oh. My Lord, leadership, I don't know what happened. He died in his sleep. The Lord called him home. Right, sister. Your ass going to jail. So Give me the next video. So next topic is lack of communication. Give me the video, please. Every now and then Esau say some good stuff.
I just wanna feel.
So
I just wanna
flash it out. Oh, flash it out. Lord, make it bigger. Don't flash out. Stay in the spirit. The effects of lack of communication in your relationship. Number 1, less sex. Come on, hit play. You single brother, stay in the spirit.
I just wanna feel.
Less emotional intimacy. You don't have meaningful conversations. Your conversations are just dry. You go through the day talking about random crap that means absolutely nothing. Read.
I just wanna feel something. I just wanna.
Increasing resentment. Increasing resentment. Every little thing that he or she do get on your damn nerve. He brushing his teeth. I hate the way the bristles touch the enamel in his damn mouth. I hate him. Lord, I pray to kill this nigga, Lord. Can't be like that. Lord, every day I wake up, he's still alive. I know I pray for his demise. He is still here. Hit play.
Feel something really real so that I can.
More misunderstandings. Because you have lack of communication, now you're always fussing. Y'all can never be on one accord. Never. He say one thing, in your mind, it's something else. Or she say one thing, what? What you said? Now she's mad at you. You ain't never listening to me. You never got nothing to say. Not worth paying attention to, at least. Oh, Lord. Now about to be some World War 12. Kids about to go crazy. She ain't cooking. Your ass eating ramen noodles. You mad. Bet you cook. They got cereal in the cabinet. Cereal, nigga. Now you mad. The kids eating steak and potatoes. Your ass got a grilled cheese sandwich. Ooh, boy. That's rough. Hit play.
Really feel like a person again.
Increased desire to look elsewhere to get needs met. This leads to porn. This leads to sleeping outside the household, entertaining other men or women. This will lead to that lack of communication. And sometimes it's not that your spouse don't find you attractive. It's just y'all ain't got no damn game. You're not using your feminine wiles to keep him there. You brothers ain't running your game right. Some of you brothers just whack. You know what I'm saying? You doing that you got that Sadie Hawkins game. You know what I'm saying? That middle school game. Do you like me? Yes or no? Y'all remember that middle school had the little thing? Do that? You know what I'm saying? Game lame as hell. It can't be like that. So that was all the video. But go back to that last one. Increased desire to look elsewhere to get needs met. So believe it or not, having those meaningful conversations keeps the mind attracted to you. Because I was a nigga in the world. Man, look. I was a nigga in the world, especially before I met my wife. Good Lord. So when you run game on sisters, the first place you start is where? Conversation. You hook the mind or the body go follow. It's only a matter of time. You persistent enough, you get what you want. You have to keep that communication in your marriage. You cannot allow that communication to lack. You have to keep it there. Because if you are not spiritually sound, you ain't been feeding your spirit, you go seek attention elsewhere. You go find someone that makes you laugh. You go find someone who has that intriguing conversation that you like, that you desire, that you're looking for. Satan go send it your way. And if you fall for it, shame on you. All right. That was all of it? All right. So I can say Malachi 3:16, but some of us just reading it isn't enough. There's an old saying in the world, a family that pray together, stay together. There must be unity within a marriage. It's you two versus the world. You have to realize that outside influences can change the dynamic of marriage if you allow it. What do I mean by that? Like in the video, the guy says you start to seek outside attention. Now all of a sudden, you no longer desire to talk to your spouse. Her conversation ain't enough. His conversation ain't enough. Because now your needs are being met elsewhere. You have to keep these things in mind. And sometimes for a lot of us, what will resolve your marriage issues is just going out on a date. Going out on a date with no kids. You come home, do a staycation, get your hotel room, and just go crazy. And the next day, like you first met. That's all you need. But you never know. 1 Peter 3:7. I mean, hey, it's the truth. I know sisters looking at me like, oh, nah, it's a fact. It's a fact. Go on a date. Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
So remember, as unto the weaker vessel. Remember, your wife is the weaker vessel. Deal with your wife according to knowledge. Give way to the law. Deal with them according to the Bible. Remember, the first place of repentance is going to be shown in your household towards your spouse, because your wife is always watching you. Everything you do, she's always watching you. So if you come here and you one way and you go home and you're another way, that make you a what? A hypocrite. And she ain't gonna say nothing, but she's looking at you. Look at this lying ass nigga. I'm telling you, she go think in her mind every time she see you, boy, he know damn well he ain't like that at the house. He be cussing me out. He be pushing the kids around. But he come to the body, he grabbing other people's kids. Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. He playing with them, and you don't do that with your own kids. So remember, it says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as been heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Learn to pray together. Be on one accord so the Lord can honor that thing, right? Deal with each other according to the law. Before things get out of hand, remember, give way to the law. Give me Ecclesiastes 19:17. Sirach chapter 19, verse 17.
The book of Sirach chapter 19, verse 17. Admonish thy neighbor before thou threaten him, and not be angry. Give place to the law of the Most High.
So before you flash out, our young kids say, before you crash out, give way to the law. Examine yourself, all right? You have to be in the same mindset for the well-being of your home and even your children. Because remember, your children are watching you. They're watching every little thing that you do, right? 1 Peter 3:8.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another. Love as brethren. Be pitiful. Be courteous.
So this is something as men you have to have, because men, we tend to be the ones that lack compassion, right? Be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another. Love as brethren. Be pitiful. Be courteous. You have to learn how to be best friends. Be best friends with your spouse. Be best friends with your husband. Be best friends with your wife. Learn to like the things that they like. Now, brothers, I ain't saying I'll be watching these girly ass shows. Now, for example, my wife likes Grey's Anatomy, right? How many of y'all, it sits back there? Yeah. Okay. I don't care for Grey's Anatomy. I don't. The last time I watched Grey's Anatomy was, what's his name, O'Malley? When Mr. O'Malley died, that was it. I stopped watching. That was it. Told my wife everything else is gay. I don't want to see nothing else. Mr. O'Malley's gone. I don't care. Yeah, nah. O'Malley was the man. See, I didn't like it. When I started watching it, when he hit the scene, I was like, let me watch this little dude, man. And then I only watched it for him. After he died, it was over. I didn't care about nothing else. I can't tell you about nothing else after that. Now, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is nice. Single Brothers, nah, I wouldn't watch it if I was you. No, see. So, but at first, she wasn't really into that. I was like, shit. Somebody dying within the first 10 minutes, that's up my alley. Then we started watching. She's like, oh, babe. We started watching it, right? But you have to love it. That's an example of loving as brethren. You're like your best friends. Will you always fully know your partner to 100% extent? No. But that's why you have conversations with them so you can continue to learn them. Your personal likes will change over time. It's the truth. In the beginning, you may have liked the color orange. Now your favorite color is brown. These things change over time. If your spouse can't tell you something about yourself, what you like, that means they're not paying attention enough. You're not spending enough time together. I'm saying it like that. All right. So this will also fix the friendship between you two. Lack of friendship is also another reason why marriages fail, because you don't know each other. This goes into another reason why marriages fail. Lack of adjustment. All right, it's another topic, lack of adjustment. As your Lord move up in rank, more will be required of him. Understand that means the nation will need him. Also, more will be required of him. More will be required of you to step up as a wife. You should be a reflection of him. You cannot be officer of 10's wife moving like a soldier. You can't be officer 20's wife moving like a 10's wife. As your husband moves up in rank, you should be progressing along with him. You should be striving to progress along with him. If you're not seeking counsel to move up, seeking counsel from the leadership wives, then what are you doing? You're going to stay stagnant. Then what's going to happen is when he keeps going, you're going to come to a point where like, dang, you know what? I'm behind. So now you're forcing and you're rushing to grow in the spirit. Now things are going to be hard for you. Brothers, make sure that your wife is being tended to spiritually. You're pushing her. Hey, babe, look, X, Y, and Z. Make sure you reach out to leadership wife, talk to cap wife, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop, however it go. Make sure you're pushing for her to grow as well. Sisters, you have to want that desire for yourself as well. Believe it or not, this will also make a stronger marriage as well. Another thing, if you're over office, put your wife in the office with you. Know what I'm saying? I tell the brothers, if you're over office, put your wife in the office with you. Like for me, I was over the kitchen at one point in time, right? I had my wife with me because she knows what I like, my ins and outs. She knows my mindset. So this is going to help her grow in the spirit because she's a part of a team. And this is going to help my office as well. Now, maybe it may not work for everybody, but for me, it did. All right. So lack of adjustment. Give me Philippians 2:2. I know we're almost done. Philippians 2:2. Y'all all right? All right. I feel like they didn't cut the AC off on our ass. I'm about to bake y'all niggas in there.
The book of Philippians chapter 2, verse 2. Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded.
That's the thing. Be like-minded. Sisters, you should be like-minded like your husband. If your husband is a revolutionary man, have the same mindset. Have the same mindset. Read.
Having the same love, being of one accord, and of one mind.
Being on one accord, one mind. Hold that. Give me 1 Corinthians 1:10. I think it's one of my favorite scriptures now. Look, AC got my forehead shining. God damn it. Shit.
1 Corinthians.
I ain't got no lotion on. My head just shining. I'm stupid. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that ye all speak the same thing.
This is important. Even in marriage, you have to speak the same thing. Be of one accord. Your house will go so smooth. Some of you sisters will have to mold yourselves to your husband. Well, not some. You sisters have to mold yourselves to your husband. His goal should be your goal. If your Lord is a ranking man, he has to do the work. Do not give him a hard time. This is a smothering personality. All right? You will cause conflict in your household, especially if he loves the Lord and he likes doing the work. He will choose the Lord over you without neglecting you. He cannot be underneath you, sisters. He has to do the work. That's that mothering complex. You like you trying to breastfeed him. You're a grown ass man. No, you got a nurse. You're like, back the hell up. No, don't leave me. Shit. Hell nah. Let that man be a man. Let him go. Let him go do the work. Philippians 2:4.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 4. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus.
So let this mindset be in you all, you sisters and you brothers, right? Number 3, a toxic spouse. Give me that video. See, the Lord heard the prayer, Lord. Oh, see, through your affliction, you'll seek me early. Who's being afflicted by that heat. The Lord was like, all right, the man's taking enough of a beating. Cut his AC on. Come on, IT. The AC on. Don't get relaxed now.
You talk to your husband like that? You don't respect your husband if you talk like that, right? It's tough to do. Watch this article here. A couple things on marriage.com. Why this doesn't work out. Wives playing the mother. The wife starts treating her husband like a child. So if the boss babe is making all this money, look at your husband as your son. And then you look at your husband and say, you don't respect your son. You didn't marry a man to be your son. You married a man to be your man. You don't look at him like that anymore. It's your son. Hey, clean up. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I want you. You talk to your husband like that.
A lot of sisters are like that. That's that mothering complex. They treat their husband like it's their son. They disrespect him. You got to stop. That's that toxic spouse. Definition of toxic. A toxic relationship is one that consistently undermines your sense of well-being, happiness, and at times safety. Occasionally, disagreements or conflicts are normal in any relationship. But a continual pattern of emotional harm, disrespect, and manipulation can lead to deterioration in mental and emotional health. Do not be like that. Don't be like that. You're destroying your marriage. You're destroying his spirit, and you are destroying your children because they're watching you do that to him. Brothers, that means you, all right? So remember, it says undermine your sense of well-being, happiness, and at times safety. Some brothers are toxic. They say hurtful things. They're nasty towards their wife. They constantly name calling them, put them down, MF for this, blah, blah. Come on, man. Don't deal with your wife like that, bro. That's some nigga stuff. You wasn't called in this truth to be a nigga towards your wife. What type of example are you setting? Cut it out. The Lord will judge you behind that. You got to be careful. All right. So example of this is a lack of support, tearing down of character, smothering personality, and overly harsh or rash criticism. Overly harsh. For example of overly harsh, meaning your name calling. You're calling you. Oh, why you did this, stupid MF? What? Nah, you a nigga. You gotta cut that out. That's nah. And if leadership catch you, they come out, you'll get blasted. You'll get embarrassed, and then you'll be mad at everybody. But really, you should be mad at yourself. Don't treat your wife like that. 2 Timothy 3:16. This is why things written aforetime are written for our learning. Read 2 Timothy 3:16.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
So right there, use the Bible to correct your spouse. Use the Bible to correct your mindset whenever you reprove her. So you don't resort to negative. So you don't resort to using harsh words, rash words to tear down your spouse. Because understand, you are offending the little ones. If she fall out of this truth because of you, it ain't be good for you, Mitchell. You ever seen that Ali Sadiq? Mitchell, it ain't be good, brother. Y'all not cultured. 2 Timothy 3:17, the next verse.
Verse 17, that the man of God may be perfect, truly furnished.
Thoroughly. Come on, college graduate.
It's truly. It's an R. Truly furnished unto all good works.
I went to public school. Is it thoroughly or thoroughly? I don't give a damn. I like my version better. All praise. All right. Thoroughly furnished. Come on.
Truly furnished unto all good works.
Unto all good works. So make sure that the scriptures are molding your mindset. Whenever you're dealing with your spouse, you're not saying hurtful things. Now, a lot of fellowship, like my brother Joseph like to say, that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? These things are going to happen. But understand, once again, example of righteous marital correction is Job 2:9, when Job corrected his wife. Sometimes, Sister Satan will jump on y'all and sharp correction comes. So these things happen. Remember, as a righteous man, we should never disrespect and be disrespectful and say things like stupid MFer. You are her leader. She looks up to you. Imagine the person that you look up to, the person that you depended on for financial safety, spiritual safety, right? And just safety in general is cutting you down, beating you over the head, right? Hopefully not physically, right? You got to keep these things in mind. 1 Corinthians 15:33. 1 Corinthians 15:33.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33.
Mm-hmm.
Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
Evil communication corrupt good manner. If your rib is not involved in the body, is it your fault? If you've been cussing her out and treating her badly, and she don't want to do anything, why? I wonder why. I wonder why her faith is bruised, is damaged. You're supposed to be a leader. You're doing these things to your wife, but she don't want to do anything. And you still cussing out. I wonder why she don't want to do anything, bro. What type of example are you setting? Where are your fruits of repentance at? Don't come here and fake the funk. Be solid at home. Let her see it. As leaders of the house, this can cause your wife to not believe. Why? Because she's looking up to you to be that example. She has to see the change in you first. This can easily cause her not to want to do the work of the Lord. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 4. This is why the scripture is so important. You have to have this together. This is where leadership 101 starts at. It starts in the household. Read that.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 4. One that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
If you can't treat your wife correctly, how can the Lord trust you to deal with the body? This woman had the children. This is someone that you have intimate time together, right? You are supposed to be able to be vulnerable with this woman. But if you're treating her like crap, how can the Lord trust you with the body? People who you don't even know. He can't, and he won't. Does this mean that, now sisters, does this mean that he won't speak to you out of anger or frustration? No, we all make mistakes, and sometimes harsh correction is needed, because as a people, we are stubborn and rebellious. Correction is good, and a good husband will give righteous correction, and a righteous wife will receive the correction, which goes into another reason marriages fail: emotional immaturity. right? Emotional immaturity, not being able to receive the correction. You want to blame everybody else for your crap. Not being able to take the correction, playing the victim when you have to take accountability for yourself. This is a form of manipulation. And yes, brothers can be guilty of this too, but it's more common in sisters. What do I mean by that? Barack?
Sir, repeat the question one more time.
All right. So I'm reading it again. Not being able to take correction, playing the victim when you have to take accountability for yourself. This is a form of manipulation. And yes, brothers can be guilty of this too, but it's more common in sisters. So manipulation part of it. Emotional immaturity.
All right, so emotional immaturity, that'll be into, all right, so you'll set a standard in a household and she won't live up to it, and then she won't be able to take the blame when you correct her on it.
Right. So, and then she won't, no accountability. She can't, it's always the excuse why it's not her fault.
Right.
It's always the excuse why it's not his fault. And then what happens is manipulation comes. Somehow they'll find a loophole in the conversation and they'll switch it around to it now is your fault. And you're looking like, well, how the hell we got here? Manipulation. I say brothers are guilty of it too, but it's more common than sisters. Play the next video. It should be the one with the brother.
Couples don't argue less, but they know how to argue the proper way. They don't attack the person, they attack the problem. Conflict in a marriage or any type of relationship is inevitable. You're going to argue. You're going to have conflict. But when you can make a discussion about a negative experience positive, then you will reach a solution to the problem. Happier couples don't argue less, but they know how to argue.
That's the thing. Marriages, you go argue. Like you said, that's inevitable. It's going to happen, right? So you are a fool if you think Satan won't try you through your spouse. You're a fool if you think that. For example, give me Genesis chapter 3. Three and 1.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, had God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God had said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die.
So right there. How did she know not to eat from there? Huh? Right. She got instructions. And Adam enforced that thing. You know what I'm saying? So, because she got specific instructions from the Lord. So she allowed an outside source to step in her marriage, and it caused a serious damage in her marriage. That's why I say do not allow outside sources to influence your marriage. Put yourself in a bind. All right. And read Genesis chapter 3, verse 6.
Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
Damn. Sister, Satan will often use you because you're the weaker vessel to destroy your husband. You have to make sure that you are spiritually sound, because Satan will use you to destroy him, whether you're pushing him away because you're always constantly nagging. He don't want to come home. You're not seasoning your speech. You're rash. You're nasty towards him. Don't allow that to happen, right? So read Genesis 3 and 7.
Verse 7. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
How about that? So your wife tells you this, and that now all of a sudden you're looking for brothers in a different light. Excuse me. Your wife tells you this, and that now all of a sudden you're looking at brothers in a different light. Your wife tells you sisters being mean to her. Your wife not showing herself friendly and got the resting bee face. Of course, they're not going to speak to you. So why am I saying this? What happens is, if you allow your wife to tell you all these things, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my Lord, they treat me a certain way, blah, blah, blah. But she got the resting bee face telling everybody else to get the hell away from me without saying it. Long story short, don't believe everything that your wife tells you. Because guess what? Look at her actions. Sisters are quick to say, oh, this sister don't like me. They don't want to come around, blah, 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 whoop, whoop. Satan is on her ass. And do not allow her to manipulate you to make you start looking at people differently. Look at her actions. Has she been in the spirit? Be honest with yourself. Remember, family, a healthy nation starts with a healthy marriage. Ecclesiastes 11:9. So we got 2 verses left. 3. Sorry.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Rejoice, O young man, in thy youth, and let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth, and walk in the ways of thine heart, and in the sight of thine eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But know thou that for all these things God will bring thee into judgment.
So read verse 10.
Verse 10. Therefore remove sorrow from thy heart, and put away evil from thy flesh. For childhood and youth are vanity.
So remove all these things and understand all this stuff is still vanity. Live a good life with your spouse, with your husband, with your wife. Give me Ecclesiastes 9:9 to prove what I'm saying.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 9.
I'm saying this is a commandment. 3.
Live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of thy life of thy vanity, which he had given thee under the sun, all the days of thy vanity. For that is the portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun.
Hey, that's your portion. Enjoy your wife. Enjoy your husband. Go and live life. Sometimes going on a date once a month can change the dynamic of your marriage, and you're not discussing any office jobs, any offices. You're not discussing your job, children, nothing like that. Is all you need to fix your marriage. All right. That being said, I'm Louisiana with IUIC Baton Rouge. Most I in Christ bless.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word